Lesson 4, volume of cylinders. Learning target, I can find the volume of cylinders. Again, reminder, a cylinder is a circular shape, so it has two circles, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then space in between. So on that circle, there's still the radius and diameter, so you can see radius marked here. We do still have that diameter that would go all the way across the circle, and then between the two circles is the height. Again, examples of cylinders, cans, markers, paper towel rolls, batteries, drums, different things that we have in real life that are cylinders. Volume is what we're going to find, and volume tells us how much liquid could fill the inside of a cylinder, which is super important for glasses and cans, so that they know how much of your favorite soda they can fit inside the can, or how much Campbell's chicken noodle soup goes inside of the can. So that way they can create the cans to match the appropriate size. So volume formula, we're going to do 3.14, remember, which is pi, times our radius, times our radius, times our height. So again, radius is that halfway part of the circle. Height is the distance between the two circles. Now again, on our formula sheet, they give us a different formula, and that's okay, because if you see right here, this big B just stands for area of the base, and the area of the base is our circle formula. So really our volume formula is pi, which is 3.14, radius squared times radius times radius times that height. So just remember pi, radius, radius, height. That's what we're going to use today. So to practice, we have volume. Identify the radius and height for the given cylinder. And then we're going to calculate the volume using our volume formula. So if we look at the given cylinder, if we look at the circle, we see that we're given the diameter, not the radius. So since we have the diameter, we can figure out the radius by just dividing that by 2, and we get 9. So our radius would be this piece right here, which would just be 9. And then that height is the distance between the two circles, so our height is 9. And now all we have to do is plug those numbers up into our formula. So we have volume equals, we have that 3.14. We put 9 in for our radius. And since the height and the radius are the same, we'll put 9 in for the height. And then all we have to do is use our calculator to calculate that. So again, I'm going to show you how to get to that calculator. We're going to go to Schoology and go to our Today's To Do, and you have that calculator image right here on the side. Click the calculator image. We're going to click grade 6 and 7 scientific calculator because we're in 7th grade. Press start again, and then we're going to click the calculator image at the top. Once there, we can type in our math that we need. So we have 3.14, and then in parentheses, we're going to put 9, and then 9 again, and then 9 again. So we want our calculator to match our formula right here. And since it does, we press enter, and then we get our answer of 2,289.06. 2,289.06 is our volume. Let's do one more example. Identify the radius and height for the given cylinder, and then calculate the volume of the cylinder. So if we look at our circle, here we're given the radius because it's only halfway across the circle, so we know our radius is 5. And then the distance between the two circles, that's our height. So the distance between is 11. And now we can calculate our volume by plugging in 5 for our radius and 11 for our height. And we're going to put parentheses around each of those numbers. And then at the beginning, we'll put 3.14. Because remember, 3.14 is what we use for pi. use our calculator to calculate that. We have 3.14 times 5 times 5 times 11. Oh, I made a mistake, and that's okay. I can just use the back arrow. So it goes over and it's flashing over the 9, my mistake, and I just replace it with what I want it to be. So I wanted it to be a parenthesis. The other one you can use is the delete button. So it deletes, it goes just back one. Instead of clearing everything, you don't want to clear everything if you make one tiny mistake. We can just use that delete button. It's like the backspace button on our calculator. So now everything matches and we press enter, so we get our answer of 863.5. 863.5. And that is how we find volume. Go ahead and move into your practice.